Welcome to Freedom from Fire. As always, we'll give you a glimpse into the Philadelphia Fire Department and show you how you can keep yourself and your family safe. Our recruitment unit not only recruits our best and brightest, but also educates and prepares young adults for emergency service careers. Today, we will speak to a few of its members. Stay here for Freedom from Fire. Hello, and welcome back to Freedom from Fire. I'm your host, firefighter Camila Bayete Taylor. I am currently stationed in our department's Fire Prevention and Code Division, where community risk reduction efforts are a primary goal. Here at Freedom from Fire, we aim to improve your quality of living by giving you fire and life safety information. We also introduce you to our local safety partners. On the first half of our show, we will speak with Captain Cecilia Ortiz and paramedic Morgan Miller of the recruitment unit. Paramedic Miller also coordinates the EMS side of the Philadelphia Fire Department's Fire and EMS Explorers program. Captain Ortiz, Morgan, thank you so much for joining us today.
Welcome. Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. So first, tell us a little bit about yourselves and your role with recruitment and also the Explorers program.
Cecilia Ortiz, the captain of the recruitment unit. We represent and recruit both the fire operations and for EMS as well. And we run our youth development program and community EMT programs as well.
Nice.
My name is Morgan Miller. I work in the recruitment unit as far as recruiting EMS and paramedics and EMTs. And I work as the lead instructor for the Explorers program as far as helping them get understanding of EMS, whether they want to be a EMT or EMR, leading them down that path, and helping them understand the fire department side of things.
Okay, and explain to our viewers what the difference between what an EMT is, what they stand for, EMT and EMR.
EMT is an emergency medical technician, and they have a more advanced knowledge base than an EMR. EMR is an emergency medical response, and they're basically there to do just a response to the scene and help out with different aspects of an emergency situation. EMT has a further knowledge base where they're allowed to give meds, apply oxygen, and a little more advanced medical base than an EMR. But they're both somewhat give you basic first aid, CPR, things like that. Okay, and so in the Fire Explorers program, Fire and EMS Explorers program, tell us what exactly that program is, what it entails. So pretty much it's a knowledge-based program to give them an understanding of the fire department and our inner workings. So it's for kids 14 to 20, and then they learn the different ways and inner workings of the fire department through EMS and fire. It was more based towards fire over the last few years, but we've learned throughout the last year or so, a lot of the kids have been more EMS driven, so the program has been split to be half EMS and half fire now.
That's great. And what do you think, what can you attribute to more students being interested in that? Is there anything that you've noticed?
I think with everything that's going on in the world today, a lot of the kids see, a lot of emergency situations going on where they may need ambulances more than fire trucks. So I guess they see that more, so they gravitate towards that more. But once they get into the program, they make their mind up whether they get both EMS and fire. But some of them gravitate a little more to EMS. Some may gravitate a little more to fire. Over the last year, we've just seen an increase of EMS.
Okay. Now, how long is the Explorers program?
Usually runs in the first week of April till the mid of November.
Okay. Now, to my understanding, on the website, the description of your program, once that the period is over in November, there are other activities or events that explorers may be requested to volunteer for.
Correct.
Describe those types of activities.
We still do some community-based things throughout the city, some community gardens. We do different volunteer for different events throughout the city. The Broad Street Run. I know we did the Tour de Shore as well. So they're constantly involved with volunteering and community service.
Nice. And so, in terms of like the Broad Street Run, what kinds of things, and the other events you mentioned, what kinds of things are explorers doing at those events?
Well, the Broad Street Run, we tend to set up the refreshment area. So when they're done running, we pass out the snacks and we help give out the medals and things of that nature to help the event run smoothly.
Okay, okay. So describe some of the benefits to being in the Explorers program. Like if a kid, there are many things a kid can do from ages 14 through 20, and a kid, a young adult. What sets the Explorers program apart, and what are the benefits?
Well, they can receive 3 points on their fire test with the completion of the program, of all the hours and all the curriculum that needs to be done. A lot of them become nationally registered EMTs before they graduate out of the program, which helps them along the lines of getting into the fire department. It's a huge help. EMR program as well, which is a gateway for them to get into their EMT. So that gives you a knowledge base and an understanding of the EMT curriculum. So all these things they can get before they leave the program.
That's great. I mean, I remember going through the fire academy and all the people who'd either done the Explorers program or had their EMT certification. For me, I know how much that would have helped me just be ahead.
Took a little stress off of you.
Absolutely,
Correct.
Absolutely. So that's great, and especially at that young age, to be graduating from high school or finishing the program and having that certification. That's excellent.
Yes.
So as far as you talked about the points that explorers receive on their firefighter exam. Can you explain the significance? Because, for someone who may not know, okay, I got 83, this person got an 86.
I'm gonna have to defer this to the captain.
Yeah, how much is that going to?
It is a huge impact when you have an explorer who has an additional 3 points, because that's what they get, additional 3 points. It's huge. Let's just say there aren't many points that you can get towards the entry level for a firefighter, and the competition it's big for the position of firefighter. So since it's limited on the point system, only veterans are able to actually get points. Those members who are in the department serving in the EMS capacity want to transfer over to fireside, they get points. They have volunteer points to the city as well through like your VISTA programs or your FEMA Corps, stuff like that. And also through the Explorer program. So in the Explorer program, with their knowledge base and everything, lets them qualify for the additional points. And it's huge because you'll have, let's say if you have, 10,000 applicants, and you have, 3,000 that pass the test, and maybe 1,000, or let's say 200 that have the additional points for like veterans, and the other points that would probably go over Explorer 3 points would be members who cross over. It basically takes you towards the top of the list for the selection process. And then the benefits to that is because, you've earned it basically because you did the foundational courses, you understand the concept of the department, you understand the discipline of the department, so you understand the organizational aspects of the department and the contributions that can be made through your community and stuff like that. So, it's a huge benefit to our explorers, and We have explorers on the job who have actually benefited from the 3 points in completing the Explorer program. So, we're proud of the program. Since the inception of the program, last year we made our 10th-year anniversary of the program, and right now we have 22 explorers that are on the job, and we're hoping that if there's another fire class, I think there is one coming up, we would have another, I would say, 5 to 6 explorers in that class. So we're hoping, fingers crossed, that they make it through completing the process, the application, not the application process, but the process of getting into the academy. But fingers crossed that they're all going to be successful in the academy.
That's great. That's great. So we talked about how it helps getting into firefighting, EMS careers. Can you talk about the students that have come through your program that may not have gone to fire EMS, but how it could have benefited them in other careers?
So we have explorers who, I'm proud to talk about this part of it, because we do have explorers who have gone to serve our country via military. We also have explorers who have gone through our EMS programming and has gone further, going to nursing school. We have an explorer who is going for anesthesiology. We have explorers that are in medical school, stuff like that. So it makes us very proud that we established that foundation for our young adults to be able to further their careers, whatever that career may be. If it's not in fire or EMS for the Philadelphia Fire Department, we're still proud of the contributions that we were able to make to our young adults and their lives and career choices.
Absolutely. And as far as we're in a public service job, and we're serving the community, which includes a variety of different people, in a variety of different careers. And so I see how much that being in this program can benefit their experience, students' experiences in many fields. So that's excellent. That's excellent. So I wanted to touch a little bit on the EPEX drill before we go to break, and then hopefully when we come back, we can talk a little bit more about that. Explain what that is. I heard that the explorers recently participated in that drill.
EPEX drill is basically a mass casualty situation that's set up at the airport for the airport to understand what it would like to deal with a plane crash. So we had our explorers participate as patients so they can get an understanding of how triaging goes and the way to do things in an actual emergency situation.
Excellent. All right. So Captain Ortiz, Morgan, thank you so much again for joining us. We're going to have 2 more of your members when we come back from the break.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you. We're going to take a short break, but when we return for the second half of the show, we will speak to 2 members from recruitment and the Explorers program. So please stay tuned.
As birthplace to the first volunteer fire companies, Philadelphia is home to one of the nation's premier fire museums. Fireman's Hall Museum displays the city's fire history in addition to promoting fire safety. You can visit Fireman's Hall Museum in Old City at 147 North 2nd Street. Visit firemanshallmuseum.org to learn more, or watch the museum's show, Curator's Corner, on LaSalle TV.
Unused prescription opioid pain medicines can spell risk if they're taken by someone they weren't prescribed for, or harm if accidentally taken by a child or a pet. Safely dispose of opioids before they can hurt your family. Find a drug take-back option such as medicine drop-off boxes. If there isn't one available, check the FDA's flush list. If your medicine isn't on the flush list, you can dispose of it in the trash. Get information to keep your family safe.
Did you know that listening to music, enjoying art, or simply holding hands can boost your cognition? Like me, you want to maintain brain health for as long as possible. I'm Kevin Jameson, President of the Dementia Society of America. Please request our free guide filled with 10 building blocks to better brain health, care planning, and facts about dementia. Visit our website at 1-800-DEMENTIA.org or call us at 1-800-DEMENTIA. You want to live life to the fullest, and our free guide can help.
I drive 65,000 miles each year in my bus. If people knew what I know, lives could be saved. You don't want to be in the blind spot of a 40,000-pound bus when I have less than a second to react. I do what I can by changing lanes and taking turns slowly. It really helps when people look out for me too. Give me room to operate safely. It's our roads, it's our safety.
Welcome back to Freedom from Fire. I'm your host, firefighter Camila Bayete Taylor. Joining us now are firefighters Candy Graham and Orlando Rivera, also from the recruitment unit in the Fire and EMS Explorers program. All right, so Candy, Orlando, please tell us a little bit about yourselves and your roles with the EMS Explorers program.
I'm firefighter Rivera. I've been with the program from its inception. Thank you for having us. Absolutely. And that's it.
I'm firefighter Candy Graham. I've been a firefighter for the fire department for coming up on 20 years in December. I'm one of the coordinators for the Explorers program. Been pretty much with the program since the inception of it. We just passed our 10-year anniversary, and I love it.
Excellent, excellent. So before the break, we were talking about the EPEX drill. Can you guys tell us a little bit more about what the drill, in terms of what it assists students with in your program in terms of their training and education?
So it primarily assists them with what it's like to have, say, like an empathy for what it feels like to be an actual patient involved in a tragedy. Primarily it's done at the airport, so we focus on airplane crash and what their type of injuries are. We do them up with moulage, like fake injuries and things like that. And they get a lot from it. They see actual firefighters come out and attend to their injuries as to the way it would be done in real life. So it's a great learning experience from them. We've done it several times, and we hope to keep doing it in the near future.
That's excellent. I was taking a look at some of the pictures on social media, and the moulage is very realistic.
Yes,
very realistic.
They do an excellent job on that.
Absolutely, absolutely. So tell me about any interesting or funny experiences that you've had over the years in as part of the Explorers program.
So, like, every time we have a meeting is, challenging, interesting, and funny. I can't look back to one particular time in particular, but just being around them and being around the program is just an incredible experience. We do all kind of different events with them, community service, volunteer work, and it's just great program for the youth.
Excellent.
You get to meet so many different personalities. I never thought that I would have so many children. I consider them my kids, and then now you have to remember all of these names. I have a poor memory. So it's interesting for myself being able to remember all of those names, all of those personalities, and all of the relationships that you get to build. It's just a really cool thing. And I love the family of it all. Excellent.
So in terms of that family, when I wanted to be a firefighter for a long time, and one of the things that I think is great about this particular program is I had no idea where to even begin, like how to prepare when I was younger, and having a program like this available takes a lot of the, just trying to figure everything out by yourself. So in terms of students, how they getting into the program, what are you looking for in terms of, do they need to be good students? Do they need to be have good behavior records? What are those types of things you're looking for?
Really what we're looking for are interested young people who love firefighting, who love EMS, who love helping people, because that's what we do. We're always doing something that are helping people. So we're looking for those individuals. You do have to have average or better grades to be in our program, because if you don't finish school, you literally can't join the fire department. So you do have to have those qualifications. You don't necessarily have to come in discipline. We're here to teach you those things, but some structure is good. But that's pretty much it, just an interested mind.
Excellent. So in terms of the certifications that the Explorers get, we talked a little bit about it on the first segment, the EMR certification, EMT certification. Are there any other types of certifications or trainings or experiences that Explorers leave with that would be beneficial to them entering the fire department?
They get CPR training, they get first aid training, they get ICS training, which is Incident Command Structure, which is required for them to have once they go into the academy. So that's a plus. It's kind of gives them a little bit of heads up on what to expect once they get in the academy. But
they get hazmat operations. We have a program, the Community Emergency Responder Team program. They get certified in that. It's something, we are the first youth program in the state to have youth certified with that certification. And that is if there were a disaster to occur, say like a Katrina again, they're certified to respond in their particular neighborhood and coordinate everything until a first responder shows up. So they're able to do that. That's a certification they receive as well.
Wow. Yeah, again, if those types of things, if I had known about those types of things when I was going in, but that's great. It's great to have young people, graduating or completing this program with all those certifications. It's excellent. So explain the difference between EMTs and paramedics, and kind of in reference to your program, how, if someone wants to become a paramedic, does your program allow them to transfer the credits they get in your program through EMT certification?
So what we're really doing in our program is we're laying a pipeline for them to follow through as far as we can get them. So we do the EMR. We start a foundation with EMR, which leads them into EMT. They can either go and do an EMTA program, or they can do paramedic program. But we just, in our program, want to make sure that they have a solid foundation before they go off to explore whichever direction they want to go into. Like we have some who've done paramedic, medical school, different things like that. So we just want to make sure their foundation is solid, so they're not struggling, and they have a great understanding when they go to the next level.
Excellent. So explain, you mentioned EMTA, so explain what the difference between the EMTA, advanced, and paramedic.
So EMTA is advanced EMT certification. They're allowed to give more medication than an EMT certified person, and I believe they're also, they can intubate. And then paramedic, they can do medicines, they intubate, they have more medical training. Really, it's just a step up of the medical training that everyone receives within their certification.
Okay.
Each certification is just a progression up.
Okay, excellent. So is there anything, well, actually, I want to know, as far as the Explorers program, I did have a question on there. We're interview Explorers. Obviously, the program has only been around for 10 years. But prior to coming into the fire department, did you guys have EMT certification? Did you have any other training that may have helped you?
I came in blue off the street.
I had none whatsoever. So all my training I got from the fire department, which was excellent at the time, 21 years ago, and it's even better now. So
yeah, I wish, not that I grew up wanting to become a firefighter or EMT, but I'm interested in lots of things, and this is definitely something I would have done as a youth to just, so that I had something positive to do and to gain the certifications. I mean, some of these explorers, when they come out, even before they can join the fire department, they can go to private companies and work as EMTs. They can go to the hospital and work as an EMT. So they gain employment without even joining the fire department yet. It's our goal to get them on the fire department though. But in the meantime, because our application is every 2 years, they have something that they can do.
And these jobs that they're getting at a young age are excellent, very good jobs. At 16 years old, they can be making anywhere upwards of $20 an hour. So.
Wow. Wow.
And we actually have a pipeline with a private ambulance company where when they ask us if we have EMTs that have, or EMRs that have graduated recently, we'll give them a list and they can contact them and they'll give them a job.
Wow. Wow.
But the end goal is to get them at the fire department. So.
That's excellent. So how do you feel, I mean, now you guys have been with the program for, since its inception. How do you feel that program, like going through that type of a program would have helped you?
It's our baby. It's like a proud papa.
Yeah.
So it's great. It's great to watch an alternative, so to speak, for the youth of Philadelphia, in this day and age where there's so much crime and bad things happening out there. It feels good to, give out some good training and things to help the youth in the city.
Yeah, it's great to be a part of something positive. I agree.
What has been the most surprising thing for you with in the Explorers program, something maybe you didn't expect?
Recently, for me, and I had no doubt in the beginning, but it's the sheer number of explorers that are actually now getting onto the fire department. Captain Ortiz spoke about the number earlier. So with this next class, hopefully crossing our fingers, we'll have upwards of 30 members, actual firefighters now, or EMTs.
And for me, I never knew, because I didn't grow up, this wasn't my field I was looking to go into. I never knew there were so many people who were interested. And so when we started the program, to see that joy that they get because they get to learn some of the things that we do it's nothing like it.
Excellent, excellent. Well, I think that's good enough right there. All right, thank you guys so much.
You're welcome.
Right, for more information on the Philadelphia Fire Explorers, visit phila.gov/fire. And if you would like to keep up with our show, Freedom from Fire, look for us on Verizon Channel 36, Comcast Channel 56, and LaSalle TV's YouTube page. Also, check out Fireman's Hall Museum, located at 147 North 2nd Street, and meet with our museum curator, firefighter Brian Anderson. I would like to once again thank our guests for joining us today. I also would like to thank you for tuning in and watching. So until next time, remember, fire is everyone's fight. Stay safe and remain free from fire.